All right, guys, today I have 7 boring niches that are growing very fast on YouTube. You would be extremely surprised. Some of the niches out there that are growing incredibly quickly. Some of these you probably have never thought of before. You probably thought were way too boring or way too simple to make money from. Or in some of these cases, you might think that these are so boring that you can't even believe someone is willing to do it. But with that being said, a lot of the time, there are billions in the boring. And if you are able to do boring stuff, if you're able to get yourself to do it, in many cases, you can make a really good income from that. And that is true in life in general, whether it's jobs, starting a business, or on YouTube. So with that being said, I think you're gonna be inspired by watching this video, hopefully motivated a little bit, but I do wanna give you a disclaimer. 99% of YouTube channels fail. That is the brutal truth about YouTube. And it's the brutal truth about business in general. And I do not want you to be one of those channels. And that's why I focus on the most important stuff when I teach you on this channel. And I focus on the most important stuff when I do my completely free Zoom calls, which I'm doing one this Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Check it out in the description and the pinned comment below. And on this call, we'll go over the most important things like picking the right niche so that you don't go in the wrong direction for years, picking a niche that isn't going to help you. And you can just lock it in at the very beginning. So do not miss out on this. Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You'll get to ask me any questions you want. Click the link in the description and the pinned comment below. It is completely free and I give a ton of value, so just make sure you show up. Now, with that being said, number 1 on the list is going to be Google Docs self-improvement. So this gentleman right here, Daniel Barata, I've been seeing him pop up, and basically, in his about section, he says, sharing what I learn or have learned in my life that could potentially help you in yours. And so he makes very simple videos where he basically just shares a Google Doc on his screen, going over what he's learned and what he thinks he could help you with. And he's filming these long self-improvement videos by literally reading from Google Docs on his screen. And his content basically blends mindset, frameworks, psychology, quantum self-improvement concepts, all together for massive watch time. And typically his videos run from about 30 to 60 minutes with some over 20 hours creating watch time metrics. Now he's built over 100,000 subscribers and his style is very minimalist with very little to no B-roll, no fancy edits, just him, a camera, and a document. Now, according to vidIQ, he's making about $1,000 to $3,000 monthly, and that's just with AdSense. With that being said, I'm very familiar with these types of channels, and he is not trying to monetize from AdSense. Okay, so he's definitely going to be monetizing in ways outside of AdSense, but with that being said, I do believe he is making more than $1,000 to $3,000 per month. I believe that with this channel, he's probably making in the $5,000 to $10,000 a month range when it comes to AdSense. And of course, he has a free community. He has the ability for you to book a call with him, etc. So he's likely doing coaching and he's monetizing far beyond AdSense. I would bet with this channel, even if he's not that good at monetization, he's likely making at least $20,000 to $30,000 a month. And if he's good at monetization, he might be making upwards of close to $100,000 a month. So yeah, really interesting channel. This just goes back to something I've said many times in that you do not need fancy editing. You do not need fancy equipment. You do not need a fancy set, a fancy background, or any of that stuff. What you do need is to find out how to give value to your audience. And in most cases, all of that stuff that people think gives value to their audience, like, the fancy camera, the fancy background, etc., it doesn't actually give any value. However, it takes a massive amount of your time. So in his case, he's basically just documenting what worked for him and then he teaches it to other people. But yeah, there's a lesson in that. Now, don't get me wrong, there's some types of channels where you do want to have a certain level of production quality, but there's many channels out there where you don't need to have a very high production quality. And that's one of those things where, again, if you attend the training Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I can kind of help you decide whether your channel is like that or not. Because there's a lot of niches out there that really don't require high production quality because people simply don't care about it. All right, guys, in the editing process right now, and I just wanted to mention that if you're struggling to grow on YouTube or you're having trouble getting views, subscribers, making money, or even picking a niche, etc., I'm hosting a free one-time live workshop that goes over how to help with that called Make Money with YouTube, YouTube Secrets. It's gonna be happening January 27th, 2026 at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. So make sure to mark that down. And make sure to click the link in the description now or the pinned comment below in order to lock your spot in. And if you attend live, you'll also have a chance to be the one person I pick for a real-time channel audit once we move into the interactive portion of the workshop. So if you're unsure which niche to choose, or you feel like your niche might be too broad, too competitive, or maybe just not profitable enough, then this is for you, because at this workshop, I'll be giving away the 60-second niche validator 2.1 completely free. This is the newest version of my GPT-powered niche validation tool designed to help you instantly test and uncover profitable YouTube niches before you waste time creating content that doesn't convert. It's been updated and improved based on thousands of data points from real channels, and I'll be giving it away for free only at this live workshop. And just so you know, I'm planning to turn this into a full software product sometime soon, so it might not stay free forever. Just something to keep in mind if you've been wanting to grab it. During the workshop, there's a full presentation on how to grow a YouTube, followed by a Q&A where you can ask me questions directly on Zoom. And people ask a lot of questions, the majority of time about niche. And many people walk away with clarity on their niche during the session itself. And the same strategies I teach in these sessions are the ones that help clients like Nicole, who went from 85 subscribers to $85,000 in a month, Seth, who struggled for years to get a viral video and then immediately got one with 300,000 plus views, and Davis, who scaled YouTube to 7 figures and doesn't spend any time on his channel every week. And even people who aren't clients like Isaiah, who was basically able to make $20,000 just by applying strategies from my free content and live workshops. So make sure you show up, click the link in the description or pinned comment to register, and then add it to your calendar so you don't miss the chance to grab the 60-second niche validator 2.1. And if you miss this date, check the link to see the next upcoming workshop if we're going to do another one. See you Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern time. Now back to the video. Now, number 2 on the list is going to be Tony LC Sign. Now, you might recognize Tony, you know, the "Hey homie, it's Tony" guy. He's gone mega viral online, and you might think, oh, the Tony LC Sign channel must be one of his channels. Well, actually, from all indication, it's not, right? At least according to him, this is not his official channel. It seems like this is a fan-made channel. So someone is literally taking Tony's Facebook videos and other, videos from other platforms, stitching them together and posting them on YouTube. And hopefully they actually got his permission. I think that it probably benefits him because they're doing the work for him, but then again, they're making a good amount of money every month doing it, as you're about to see. So just as an example, his estimated monthly earnings from this channel is about $21,000 to $64,000. And this video right here, this compilation video, got about 3 million views and made about $16,000. So hopefully this channel is doing it with permission from Tony, because you can get in some trouble if you don't get permission from the original creator. But as long as they're doing that, it's totally fine and they're making a ton of money. So yeah, compilation videos, make sure that you follow YouTube's terms of service, make sure that you get permission from someone if you're using their content. But yeah, compilation videos can be really good. All right, another one, number 3, tech-infused personal finance. Now, this is a super interesting channel. It's called the MIT Monk. And it's kind of like where Silicon Valley meets Wall Street, and it's run by a guy named Sandeep. And his story is wild. Homeless in Mumbai, then became a monk, then MIT grad, then multimillionaire investor. And what makes his content unique is how he explains investing through an engineer's lens using tech. And he uses IT concepts and tech metaphors like compound interest explained as exponential algorithms. And he is making about $22,000 to $66,000 a month with this channel. And that is just from AdSense alone. And by the way, the more educational the channel, generally speaking, the easier it is to monetize it beyond AdSense. If it's like a pure entertainment channel, it can be a bit harder to monetize beyond AdSense. You can still do it, it's just harder. But with educational channels, it's significantly easier to monetize beyond AdSense, and you can monetize a lot more. Just as an example, on my main channel, I make about $20 per 1,000 views from AdSense, and I make around $300 to $500 per 1,000 views from all of the other monetization methods. So I make over 10 times, nearly 20 times more from the other monetization methods. And again, if you want to know how to do that properly or just ask me any questions at all, I have a completely free live stream that I'm doing this Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's going to be on Zoom, so you got to click that link in the description and the pinned comment below, but you can ask me any questions you have. I'll also answer any questions you have. I'll also be giving away a lot of the best stuff when it comes to growing and making money on YouTube. And a bunch of people like Isaiah, for instance, said that they actually implemented what I told them to do on the live stream, and they're already making a ton of money. So do not miss out on it. Make sure you check it out. Click that link in the description and the pinned comment below. and I look forward to seeing you there. But anyways, yeah, $22,000 to $66,000 a month, and he can very likely monetize in many other ways outside of just the AdSense. It's a highly educational channel. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he's making hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars a month with this channel. Maybe he's not even trying to monetize it. You know, it's possible he's not even like trying to promote stuff, but he could be if he wanted to. Okay, so this is another channel. It was started just a few months ago. They're already making about $2,000 a month. I wanted to show you like a really small example. So this is the Vision Within, and this is a young man who basically does whiteboard videos. And he's talking about things like, you know, not being distracted and just really good, you know, self-development, self-help type stuff. And it's very engaging and it's very relatable to other people that are in the same situation as him. And he's making about $591 to $2,000 a month. Again, just AdSense alone. Channels like this can very easily monetize beyond AdSense. By the way, if you see me, anybody that I talked about in this video, if you guys see me, hopefully you didn't take any offense to this, but if you see me and you're not monetizing like this, click the link in the description and pinned comment below, attend my live training, and maybe we can even work together because I can help you monetize correctly. Once in a while, I'll talk about one of these channels and they'll actually comment down below because someone will send it to them or something like that. So yeah, once in a while they'll comment down below, and yeah, hopefully they don't take any offense by it. All right, next one is another relatable one. I wanna show these like new relatable ones. This is a guy who just started very recently. I think about 7 months ago or so, he uploaded his very first video, and the channel is called Lazy Cabbie, and it's exactly what the channel sounds like. He is a 40-year-old guy who started YouTube this year documenting his taxi driver life, and he just talks about his job as a taxi driver. That is it. Now, according to vidIQ, he's making about $332 to $997 a month approximately. And people are also buying him coffees and stuff like that. So he's making a little bit of extra money on the side. So, I mean, hey, he's probably making towards the top of that range. So probably around $1,000 a month. And he's just doing it by recording videos, talking when he's, you know, going around looking for a fare. So he's just doing what he would have been doing anyways. And he's just recording videos doing it, and he's making money from it. So pretty cool, just documenting what he's doing already and making a little bit of extra money. And who knows, he might end up making a ton more money because he just really got started with this. I would not be surprised if this channel gets to a steady full-time income. And what I find with the majority of the people that are successful is they teach the younger version of themselves, right? So they teach the younger version of themselves how to have success. He's basically just doing something that he's already doing, and he's talking about, you know, his life and everything that goes on with it. So if someone else is interested in becoming a cab driver or a taxi driver, you know, they might watch this channel, or if they're just intrigued by what his day-to-day life is. And this is something we've helped a ton of people do. Typically, the niche that you end up choosing is going to be something that's already within you. It's something that's already in your past, or it's something that you're doing right now. So with that being said, if you want to lock in your niche, click that link in the description, the pinned comment below, attend the live training Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Do not miss out on it. I'll also be giving away a niche finder GPT that will really help you lock in your niche because it's been trained of us helping people find the niches. So do not miss out on that. All right, next niche is life after 50. So the channel that I'm going to be talking about here is Solo Second Half. This is a channel all about this woman here who is over 50 and she is living the second half of her life alone. That's why it's called Solo Second Half. So she doesn't have a husband. And she talks a lot about topics like grief, loneliness, love, aging, and rebuilding purpose. And her early videos looked very simple with soft lighting, minimal editing, and just talking to the camera from home. And her videos are still somewhat like that as well. They're quite simple. For instance, this one right here, The Truth About Ending Up Alone as You Age, 980,000 views. Relationships over 50, don't become a victim, 738,000 views. And according to vidIQ, she's making about $1,000 to $3,000 a month. Now, I can tell you right now that the older demographic, if you have viewers that are that age, your AdSense is going to be significantly higher than normal. And that is why I think that vidIQ is probably underestimating how much money she's making. So she's getting about 1 million views a month, or pretty close. And I would be willing to bet she's making at least $20 per 1,000 views. So I think that she's making at least $20,000 a month in AdSense from this channel. And she's literally just documenting her situation, her predicament, and giving her opinion on it, right? So when life throws you lemons, you can make it into lemonade. That is the beautiful thing about YouTube, and that is exactly what she's doing here. So I would be willing to bet she's making at least $10,000 a month with this channel based on the amount of views that I'm seeing her get. And that's just from AdSense alone. The other great thing about older demographics is they actually have the money to buy stuff, because 50 and above owns about 70–80% of the wealth in the United States. So they actually have the money to buy stuff. And so your sponsorships, anything you sell, your affiliate links, etc., they're all going to do better than a normal channel. So you can monetize really well beyond just AdSense. And we've actually been helping a ton of older people start and grow on YouTube. It's actually significantly easier for older people now to start and grow, just simply because supply and demand, right? There's a lot of demand for content from older people. There's not a lot of supply. So if you're older, you're making content specifically for older people, or even from the perspective of an older person that wants to give advice to younger people, there's just so much demand for that right now. And it's super, super easy to grow. So again, click the link in the description in the pinned comment below. Check out my live training. We tell you exactly how to do it. I even helped my own brother launch a successful channel. This next one is also very interesting. This is a super interesting channel. It's Robert Elder Software. This channel kind of blends computer programming, Linux, electronics, mathematics with philosophical life advice and personal reflection. It's a super weird channel. It's all over the place. And basically he just makes almost like videos that he just wants to make, essentially, right? So for instance, he posts sometimes like these self-deprecating titles like how to become a 37-year-old broke loser. And this got over 1 million views. And a lot of their videos are just super random, super spontaneous. And he's making about $12,000 to $36,000 a month with this channel. So he might still be a loser, but he's not broke. And yes, that was a joke. I don't think he's a loser, but his words, not mine. And even this video right here, how to make a CPU, got 18 million views and made him $91,000. And he also has a Patreon with 41 paid members who are paying him $190 a month. And that's an extra $7,800 a month. Plus he's selling a bunch of other stuff on his channel. So he's absolutely crushing it. I would be willing to bet he's making at least $50,000 a month from this channel. And he's just getting started. So yeah, I think this is an example. He probably started off a bit more niche, built his audience, and then his audience liked him so much that at some point you can basically just start making videos about whatever you want, which is great. And the very last one I'm gonna go over is my brother's channel, which we helped launch very recently. The name is Zach of All Trades. We launched this channel, I think 5 or 6 months ago or so. We got his channel up to $214 a day. His very first video ever popped off, got over 800,000 views. It's probably gonna make it to 1 million views early next year. And even recently, he had a $520 day. So yeah, he's absolutely crushing it. We're gonna go over his story, exactly how we helped him grow on the channel super, super quick. His very first video popped off. He's making a ton of money from the channel already like multiple full-time incomes. And you can check that out this Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Click that link in the description in the pinned comment below. Plus, you'll get an update on how he's doing now. Maybe he'll even show up to the live training and talk to you guys live. Maybe, I don't know. But anyways, check that out. Click the link in the description in the pinned comment below. Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Look forward to seeing you there. Completely free. I'll answer all your questions and I'll give you a ton of value. And also check out this video right here where I talk about how I was able to help my brother grow his channel.